Well, I know when you signed, you couldn't have possibly thought it would take this long to get to the point where coaches are saying really good stuff about your progress and ready to contribute. Well, has your college career been frustrating? Just, eye opening? What has it been like so far?
Definitely eye-opening. I did come in my freshman year, I wasn't humble. And so I got humbled, and seeing these guys in front of me, like when I was a freshman, the O-line then was crazy, and the year after was crazy, and this year crazy. So really just taking a step back and realizing who I am and I have to develop to play at this college level, it really hasn't hurt me, really just made me realize who I am and who I need to be.
So when you know where you are now, you remember that first year. What is it that you just didn't get then that you get
It's a job, and I didn't manage my life outside of football well enough to realize that. And I learned, it's my fourth year being here, through these years, that time management helps me figure out what's most important and what I can put on the back end of things.
How much of that, considering who you are, is it, you're talking about school and football, or is it managing your weight in football, or how did that play out in your particular case?
It was more social life. I put my social life before football and then realizing that I had to lose weight. I just weighed out at 348. And academics is always first, and I didn't realize that. So starting from scratch and loaded up, became eligible, and we're sticking with it. Student athlete.
You kind of alluded to it, some of the NFL guys that have been in this room, your meeting rooms and stuff that have gone on, and there's probably some in there right now that are going to be NFL guys as well. What have you been able to learn from those guys and try and make yourself better from that?
Their tenacity and grit really is it. Like they train so hard in practice that it makes the game easier. And my goal is to do the same thing so that I can level up my play day in and day out.
When did the light go off?
This past January. I sat down with Coach Dez and for an exit interview, and we really talked about this upcoming year, expectations, and things that I can do to increase my chance of playing. And that was academics first, weight second, and weight room third. And it clicked during our identity conditioning, and I was just ready to go from there.
What's the heaviest that you've been since you stepped on campus compared to what you are now?
I think I came in at, it was either 390 or like 398. I was pretty heavy coming in. And right now I'm 348.
How are these 100-degree practices treating you out there? How are you feeling out there?
Say that again?
How are these 100-degree practices treating you out there?
Well, being from South Louisiana, you get born and raised in it. You're playing outside in it. You're used to it. It's hard, but you're used to it. So you just got to force yourself to strain each rep and indie and team periods.
From a football technical standpoint, where have you improved from a year ago?
Definitely pass pro and the run game was given. But my footwork was real slow, choppy, and I wasn't creating a movement with the D lineman. And focusing on that really helped me level up my game to consistently put on good tape day in and day out.
What have you noticed, the little tweaks that Coach Farmer has brought that could help y'all run the ball?
There's been a few tweaks, and specifically in the run game, makes us look at things differently than we have in the past, and it all makes sense, and it's clicking in everybody's head. And so everybody is pushing the same way together, makes the run game easier. And then pass pro, not much has changed, but teaching us different ways to look at defenses and safeties and corners and if they're going to blitz or not, like a corner cat. It really has helped us level up our game in practice, seeing the defenses, blitzes, and everything.
And how, along the same lines as the new defensive looks that have been out there this year, kind of helped y'all, or maybe it's been more difficult to adjust to some of the different things that y'all been seeing in practice?
They move a lot, and that's actually, I feel like, helpful to us. You know, being able to change a double team into a man block or another double team, and knowing where you're going, who you're going to, and the different possibilities to get there. I think it's helped us out a lot.
It sounds like from listening to the coaches that you're in a position now, things go well and you stay healthy, that when they do some shuffling, you can be in the game. Is it your goal? Which is your goal? Just when they do that, got to be ready. Like, or what is your mindset for the season right now?
Prepare every day like I'm going in as a starter. Take my time, watch that film, meet with coaches, meet with the offensive line. Talk through each week with everybody, and prepare as if going into the NFL. You gotta produce knowledge of the game on the players who you're going against. So I think if I go into each week just helping myself, help the O-line, help the team is all that I can do.
Do you feel like when you lay down at night, there's still time to get where you wanted? I'm sure you dreamed of getting to a higher level, as big as you were, like in high school and growing up. Do you feel like the light's going on in enough time where you can still get there?
I believe there's enough time. I have my 5th year eligibility left, and if I do believe that I can get there. The amount of work I've put in and the amount of work I want and continue to put in, I believe that there's a chance.